Okay, viewers, just give me 1 second to get everything started. Um, Hello, Happy New Year. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Just need to, do something real quick. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. Just need to set everything up. I'll be with everyone in a minute. No. Let me see. I need to do that on my computer, don't I? Hang on. I'm getting a poll set up because I want everyone to see what I want everyone to have an option about what to do next. So just give me one thing real quick. One thing at a time. Let's add a poll. So, what do you want me to do next? So, Eastern, high speed, WCML South, ECML, cargo line. Start poll. So now you can vote on that if you want. So that's all set up now. So yeah, right now we're on the Glossop line. Hang on, I just want to do a quick. So start my music. Well, that's loud. Hang on. There we go. We're all ready to go, I believe. So let me just get my stream chat monitoring thingamajig set up real quick. Takes a bit to get the apparatus of streaming up and running. Let me see. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? Hopefully you had a wonderful New Year's. Right, let's get started. So I've already got the train set up here. The class 3. This is a class 323, if you're wondering. Let's see if there are any safeties I haven't got. I've got isolated. This route has rather taken a back foot since the Manchester Airport commuter came out, and I wanted to show it some love since I haven't driven it in a bit. So let's zoom the map out just to make sure I'm... Yeah, just... Now we just gotta wait. Let's have a look around. We've got 1 minute. We might as well have a look around at this stuff. Ooh, route map. So yeah, we're heading from here down to here and then along to here. Oh, poster. Bam. Yeah. Haven't got too much time, so... Melbourne train guy, how are you? Hopefully you had a wonderful New Year's. Yeah, this is just like an off-the-cuff stream. Make sure to vote in the poll, everybody. Because, yeah. After this service, we'll go on to whatever is voted in the chat thing. Yeah, I've had a great New Year's. It is snowing outside in real life, so I just had to go outside to do some snow clearance, unfortunately. Right, I am also using the Live Weather app, which is linked in the description. Next stop, Glossop. I don't play this route as often as I should. It's an underrated route. Yeah. I just wish I'd known about the Manchester Airport commuter before getting this. Well, yeah. Come on. So yeah, how was everybody's New Year's? Hopefully it all went well. Right. Oh, come on. No speeding now. The thing I really don't like about the Glossop line is how everything is split into every single service is split into two parts, with a turnaround at Glossop, which I'm really not a fan of. It's not as if you have a long turnaround time there. That's why I don't play this route that often. It's hard to think that this route is from TSW3. Melbourne says, I was perfectly cromulent. That's actually the first time I've ever heard that word. I don't drink, so I was mostly watching YouTube and relaxing. Well, good for you. Yeah. I had a quiet New Year's. I didn't go out. Oh no, that's a 10-mile-an-hour limit. Brakes! Oh, I'm speeding. Oh, this is bad. Slow down. There we go. Yeah. I saw your video yesterday, Melbourne, the one on the NS Sprinter SG3 on Zwolle Groningen. That was a fun watch. I have actually got, you probably remember how the Vossloh G6 and the DB Vectron showed up. But, actually, for some reason, ever since I installed Leipzig Dresden, the G6 and the BR193 Vectron just do not show up anymore. I think it must be a layer bug of some kind, or one of my mods is conflicting or something. It's really, really annoying. Melbourne says, finally found where that G6 actually that G6 actually goes. That was a surprise. Yeah, the G6 is a good unit. Like, especially if you have the, it's probably something like the G6 branding patch I've got installed that's probably conflicting with the Zwolle Groningen services, but it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, this is... Oh, hello. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do love the live weather. Really makes it... Yeah. Melbourne says, I've got it in the current sale, but I've done nothing with it. If you've driven stuff like the BR365 or 363 shunters, then it should be pretty easy, because it's basically that, but modernized and with simpler controls. It's also got CFET and PZB support as well. Yeah. Hopefully the stream is behaving on your end. Yeah. What? Shush. Yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought. Melbourne says, I have driven the blue one, that's it really. Never been a big fan of the shunters, more prefer an SD or shed for shunt work. Yeah, oh, like the SD40? Yeah, the SD40 is a nice unit. It's been recycled a bit too much, but it is a good unit. Oh, that's the 10 limit right there. There we go. One thing which I do love about Glossop is it has the old wood headline catenary still intact. And, well, mostly intact. And it's really interesting, like, old style catenary. Melbourne says it was only $5.99 though for $26, so I had to get it. Yeah, and plus the G6 substitutes across a ton of routes, like Bremen, Oldenburg, Rheimer, Ostend, of course, Zwolle, Groningen. And it's my favorite German shunter in the game, simply because it's more simple and less finicky to use than the German diesels, than the other German diesels like the 365 and the 363. And though I do like the 365, like taking that on... What the heck? TPWS. Thank you. AWS has forced a penalty break. Oh. Okay, we just had a TPWS penalty break despite me being in the speed limit. What the heck? TPWS. Isolate. It's not... Well, I think that's the first run done for. Does anyone know how to reset TPWS? I have it apply a penalty break so rarely that I don't know how to reset it. Well, no, I haven't officially stopped yet, so no one's going to get on. Ah. Oh, well. Hopefully people have voted in the poll. I can't see it from my phone, so I'm going to have to go have a look at it on YouTube Studio real quick. Mopin says you can try isolating all safeties and then relabeling them. Well, okay, that'll be good to know for the future. Right. Come on. Cargo line 2 votes. Yep, okay, cargo line it is. Does anyone want to see a specific cargo line? Like volley 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Like, I have all of them, so if it do let me know, what cargo line do you want to see? Imagine it would be a shed. So yeah, I hope people know what cargo line they want if they voted for him. My goodness, I've got so many Dosto cab cars. Holy! Dresden Leipzig, Frankfurt Fulda, Hamburg Lübeck, Mainz Spessartbahn, Salzburg Rosenheim, Kassel Würzburg. Holy! Melbourne says delete is the keyboard shortcut for TWS train stop override, by the way. 47-4 on Chap Cargo Line Volume 5. Very good, I will do that. Let's get an intercity one. Intercity ScotRail. I'm feeling like it. Shap. Go military timetable. Let's go nuclear. Preston Carnforth. But if I'm used live weather, it would be in the daytime. That's the trouble. Kingmore to Carlisle. Kingmore to Preston. That's too long. That's almost 2 hours. Cargo Line Volume 5 on West Coast Mainline South. But I've done both the daytime services, so I'll do Shap since that was the first suggestion. Let's go Carnforth. No. I'll do you. Preston Carnforth. Set it to real life day. 2nd of January. Bam. You just set it on clear. Oh, Melbourne says use a start parenthesis character and all the military and nuclear ones show up. That's actually a good tip, Melbourne. Thank you. Why are you advertising Metro Rivals to me? I don't want to get it. I want a simulation experience. Alright. Okay, this will be at night time, so it is what it is. Let's put wrong button. Just hit E instead of W. Let's go headlights, instruments, loco brake. Zoom the map out. Let's get the safeties on too. Bam. Oh, and I should probably get train heat on as well. There we go. Did I get... I don't think I got one with the snowplows, unfortunately. Let's see if... Oh, you have a Bardic on. That's not supposed to happen. You need a tail lamp. Oh, and there's a... Ooh! Hang on. Sleeper train over there. I think. Wait a minute. Do you have a... Oh, it's a 47! Harling Mark IIs. I didn't know that was a thing. Melbourne says at least you are on the free TSW version, or they would advertise TSW6 paid editions and then Metro Rivals. Oh yeah, because I got TSW6 Deluxe, didn't I? Yeah, that was actually a decent purchase. Like, Riviera Line is excellent. Morristown, despite the performance issues, is also excellent, and Dresden Leipzig could use with some improvements, but I'm really waiting until the Expert BR145 by TSG comes out before I really try out Dresden Leipzig. Let's see if there's anything else. No, I believe we're good. So yeah, chat, what are the TSW6 add-ons you're most looking forward to? I'm most looking forward to the 2 West Coast Mainline, the 2 1986 add-ons from Just Trains, Nekatalban from TSG, Tadami from Union Workshop, and the GWR HST farewell pack. Right, let's get moving. Wait a minute, I think I can turn those... Can I turn those advertisements off? Or have I already done so? Wait a minute. Where... Advanced setting... No, that's not it. Where would it be? No. Screen. No. No. Yeah. It's like... Melbourne says... Trent Valley line, this will be a TSW7 route though, yeah. Well, Trent Valley is definitely going to be a decent one, but the reason I'm not going to get it on release simply because it will require the Class 805 add-on and Birmingham to Crewe in order to get the full layer list, because it will only include one version of the 350. Ooh, 86, nice. So yeah, I'll probably get Trent Valley on a sale. Because, yeah, then I'll be able to go Euston to Carlisle. That should be a lot of fun. That high-intensity headlamp really doesn't do anything, does it? So when's sunrise? I want to have a look. 8:36. Sunrise is not for another 2 hours. Oh, no. I don't think I'll do this service. I probably shouldn't have done that. Melbourne says, "Be right back. Sorry, coffee." Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought we would be heading into sunrise, but we'd have been in the dark the whole time, and that would have been quite boring. Yeah, I know that's 2 uncompleted services, but yeah. Let's go. Let's find a cargo line service that is not nuclear or military. Nuclear. I have to go nuclear. 1 hour 54. Convils to Morecambe. There aren't really in the middle of the day that take. Kingmore. Kingmore TMD to Kingmore Yard. Wait a minute. Oh, and I think I could do these 2 services. Actually, no, that's in the dark again. There are hardly any nuclear services in the middle of the day. Hang on. Nuclear. Yeah, I've done all the services there in the middle of the day. Oh, no. And then the other nuclear services are on West Coast Mainline South. Which is, which I've already done the 2 there in daytime. That is, I guess I'll just have to do a service that I've done before. Sellafield to Heysham, I suppose. Let's go January 2nd. There we go. I forgot to turn on the music. I do apologize. Come on. Master key, reverser, loco brake, train brake. Let's get the train heat on. Headlights, instruments. Oh no! I chose the Northern Transpennine one by accident. Whoops-a-daisy. Also, starting today, I've turned subscribers only mode off in the chat, so hopefully everyone should be able to chat in the even if you aren't subscribed. Alright. Choose a version of the 47 which I actually want to use. There we go. That's the one. Alright. Alright. Just had to restart the service a couple of times there. Right. Conforth to Morecambe. Turn off the brake. Train heat. Headlights instruments. Let's get the safeties on. Oh, no. There we go. Let's... Ooh, yes, I got the version with the snow plows. Nice. Oh, I need to turn on the tail lights, don't I? Alright, tail lights, left-hand side. Let's have a look. Okay, tail light is on the correct hand side. Right. Yeah. Having the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley will be a nice connection to connect. And it'll be the longest UK route in the game by a considerable margin. The longest UK route in the game is currently Preston Carlisle, at about 100 miles total in route length if you count the Morecambe branch, but Trent Valley will be 108, which should be a very, very good drive. Yeah, looks as though we have some wagons here. These are just static stock. I don't think you have any services. I love going into free roam and pottering around the Steam Museum over here. Like if I don't have anything else to do. Also, there's something about the Bardic lamp which is pretty funny. If you turn on the Bardic on routes that aren't on the latest TSW engine, then it causes then it just completely blinds you. It's hilariously overpowered. Alright. 5.5 miles to Morecambe. And we can't go, because presumably we have some trains coming through. Oh, hello, we have you. Moss End to Red Bank, so you're a steel train. Oh, hello. Did I see a train? Right. Yeah, we do have a steel train coming through. Let's have a look at it. It's class 87. No, it's a mail train. It's not steel. 87007 City of Manchester. Oh, you're being looped, aren't you? There's actually one Class 87 service which I did recently on the channel where you see both nuclear and military services. Oh, hello. Oh, my phone's stuck. Ah, hang on. My phone's not having fun right now. Hang on. Yeah. Just having to wait for this chat to go through. Yeah, I'm just having to wait until this guy goes through. So that gives me time to fix my chat. Bam. Actually, I know what I can do. I can set my stream quality on my phone to 144p since I just need to confirm. Right, let's just wait. I can't... If this is real life, we would call it the signal mode, but yeah. Yay, green signal! Let's get out of here. Melbourne says, I already have the... Oh, I forgot to... Before the coffee, I forgot to read out one of his chats. I already have the Birmingham to crew. We'll probably get the class 805. I've been driving the 801 and 802 a ton lately. And one thing I'm excited about with the all-aboard class 805 and 807 are... One, the potential of having the class 805 layer onto a North Wales coastline route if we ever get that. And B, apparently it's going to have almost entirely new sound set, which should be a lot of fun. Alright. We will be capable of going 60 miles an hour today, because the FNAs are limited to that speed. Oh, come on. Not too quick. Yeah, that mail train was looped, so we can overtake him. Come on, buddy. Those steel wagons are... The steel nuclear flasks are quite heavy at 50 tons each, and we're hauling 2 of them. Melbourne says, what service did we switch to back now? We switched to 6 Charlie 51 Carnforth to Morecambe. The reason was because the last service just would have put us in the middle of... it would just have been in the middle of the night for the entire time, and that would have been boring. Oh! Before I forget... Sorry, I do apologize, viewers, but... I should set up the next poll for the next service, so you chaps have time to vote. And yeah, hopefully you can all hear the music in the game okay on your end. So end poll. So let's add another poll. Southeastern, no. Route. Eastern high speed, WCML South, and ECML. Start poll. There we go. So next poll should be up and running. There goes the Class 87. Alright. Want to try to get up to as close as 60 miles an hour as possible. So it's the delete key, which is the TPWS reset. That is very good to know. Let's just put it to full. Do have a double yellow. I actually did this service when the cargo line Volume 5 originally came out, and I made a video on this service. But yeah, it's one of the few daytime services which I wanted to do, which it lasts more than like 10 minutes, or is it 2 hours? .3 miles to Morecambe Loop, and I believe that's our only objective for today. Yes, it is. Acknowledge that. do have a red signal, so I guess I'll get the loco brake going. How's performance? 40-ish. That's more than good enough. Right. Come on. Slow down. This is an approach control signal for heading onto the North Morecambe branch. Fun fact, this branch line is only used by one service in the base timetable, which is the Class 20 rail tour from Morecambe from Preston to Carnforth. But there's there is now with nuclear Cargo Line Nuclear, there's about 3 extra services on there a day. So even with nuclear, it's not that well used a branch. Green signal. Might as well stay at 20 miles an hour. We don't have a time to get to Morecambe. Let's use a bit of straight brake to get us down to 15. Alright. We're cleared onto the side track here. Here's Hest Bank. Signal box. Which is my favorite place to train spot in the whole game. I really do like train spotting here. I also have 2 streams upcoming over the next 2 days. Tomorrow in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and then Sunday for Euro Truck Sim 2. So both of the streams have already been scheduled if you're interested in scheduling that. Alright. Won't be able to monitor chat for a bit. Someone just sent me a message. Alright, let's get some extra juice going. We're now on to the north branch of the line. Alright, come on, bud. Give a bit of extra welly as we head on to the Morecambe branch. After this, the service would change ends and then head down to Heysham if we could, but unfortunately the Morecambe to Heysham branch is, while the track has been laid, we can't drive on it, which I think is one of my biggest disappointments with Preston to Carlisle. While they laid the track for the Windermere and Heysham branches, it's still not it's not, you can't drive on them, it's just AI services. Oh, I just got a comment. I better look at that. From Antonman3163, shout out to you if you're watching the stream. I know I've been doing quite a bit of Preston Carlisle lately, but it's my favorite route in the game for a reason. It's so good. Also, make sure to vote in the poll if you have not already. Oh, let's start side down. Driver's brake. Let's give it 50%. Oh, hello. Double 101's waiting for us to So. Come on, slow down, bud. I need you to slow down quickly. Alright, reset the brakes. This junction is set up weirdly. Why does it go 2 tracks to 1 track to 2 tracks again in such a short space of time? I know it's realistic, but why would anyone ever do that? Coming up on Bear Lane. Nowadays, this service, I believe, is run by Direct Rail Services Class 68, if I'm not mistaken. Fun fact, there was actually a bug with the Bear Lane level crossing back in the day where it would where the barriers wouldn't go down if you were coming from Lancaster toward what is it? Morecambe. Just do slow acceleration. No point going quickly. Alright, let's keep it moving. Yeah. Oh, I can't honk? What the heck? There we go. No. Yeah. Make sure to vote in the poll, anyone who's watching, because you will determine the route that I drive on next. Okay, let's shut down the power. We're doing 40 miles an hour, that's fine. Start slowing down for that 30 limit coming into Morecambe. It's nice having the old Morecambe station in the game, since while it is still there, it's now a music hall and you can't drive, and the tracks leading up to it and the platforms have all been demolished. Having the Haitian branching game would be nice, but it is what it is, I believe. There's the Haitian branch coming in from the left-hand side. Right, there we go. We do have a clear signal onto the track. 500 yards to go. Melbourne says, Morecambe, what a lovely station. Yeah, it is. I do like the old Morecambe station. And like the way you could explore. Honestly, after this service is complete, I'm leaping out and I'm actually going to explore the Morecambe Promenade a bit, because it's been a bit since I was here. Oh, I do believe there's also a castle diorama collectible in that signal box there, if you haven't got them yet. It is a beautiful station, and I'm glad the old station building is still around, even if it isn't used as a station. Though it actually has been turned into a music hall in real life, which is... Hopefully all the audio is good. Like, you can hear the music, you can hear the train, you can hear me without it being like too quiet, too loud. Hopefully, now that the new year is here and the new week approaching, I'm hoping we get news on the Great Western Express remaster soon. Easy does it. There we go. Yeah, we just... No points lost for speeding, which is nice. Let's go to free roam. Let's head over here. Let's have a bit of a look around, see if I've like missed any collectibles or something. That 101 which he held up should be arriving soon. Wonder if it's delayed. 13:05. What time is it? 13:09. Oh no. Oh yeah, here he comes. Let's watch this 101 come in. Here he comes. See him off at the distance there. Yeah, 4 minutes late, but it does have a long turnaround time until it goes back to Leeds, I think. Wait a minute, Leeds? It said it's going to Leeds. Oh, I think it goes like... Does that mean it goes via Bear Lane? Yeah, 1329. Does it go via Lancaster? No, huh. There he is. Alright, let's go have more of a look around. I love this ship model here. Look at that! This is like, that's a very well modeled ship for just like a simple thing standing there. That's so nice. I love that. Alright. Let's see. I think you know what it's time for. You can actually sit on the crapper. Oh, that never fails to disappoint. To be funny. Are there any collectibles I haven't gotten so far? Don't think so. Yeah, I think I've got everything. Oh, there's one more room I haven't checked yet. What about in here? Nope. Let's go outside. The mastery unlock for this is actually multicolored lights at Morecambe instead of normal lights. Nearly got run over, but we're fine. Skip higher. I wonder if you call that number, wonder what it goes to. Probably just goes to a number that just hasn't been taken yet. That'd be hilarious if it actually went to the Just Trains office. Nice old bus here. Double decker too. Oh, no bus schedule? That'd be cool if we could have like a bus schedule. Oh, do want to go out on the platform here, not on the promenade here. We'll get to the next route in a minute, viewers. Don't you worry. On the next poll, I'll probably put in the option to do something German. Yeah, if we go all the way out to the end of this promenade here, and then we'll go into photo mode, because there is a little detail that not many people have picked up on. I'm probably one of the only people who's ever picked up on this. Look at this promenade area. It's gorgeous. There's the Morecambe Pier over there, which sadly we can't go to, but it is modelled. So if we go right here, and then go into photo mode, go here, and then crank the depth of field, and then zoom in. Look at that! You see, that is the Isle of Man. The developers actually put the Isle of Man into the route. In the distance. That's really funny. Melbourne says, not to be that guy, but isn't it a little weird that there is so much detail like this and Blackpool Branches still has missing OHLE at Preston? Oh. Does it? I've never noticed any missing catenary personally, but Blackpool Branches certainly needs to get the electrics at, the electrics from Preston Carlisle. I've heard that Just Trains' Benedict wants to get them at Blackpool, but I don't know how, when that's going to be, since they seem to have their plates full with just releasing Crew Preston and Cumbrian Coast. Let's go have a look at that poll. Poll. Do. I'll start the next poll while I'm here as well. Southeastern High Speed got 2 votes. Okay, I'll probably do this class 375 then, so that's coming on Medway Valley. Right, I'll start the next poll then. What next? WCML South, ECML. Oh, sorry, I need to end the poll. Yeah, I know 0 votes, but I forgot to add an option. WCML South, ECML, Cathcart Circle, Expert 101. Because we should do something German while we're here. There we go. Next poll is up. So Southeastern High Speed got the votes. Actually, should I do the 395 on HS1, or should I do the 375? Honestly, I want to do the 395. St. Pancras, Ashford to St. Pancras, why not? Yeah. Make sure to vote in the poll if you want to do, yeah, if you want to determine what comes next. I've added Cathcart Circle and the Expert 101 as options if... Yeah. Alright. Ashford International. It's been a bit since I was into 395. Let's get the... Oh, we've got a green signal, so we don't need DRA. Stopping at Ashford, Ebbsfleet, Stratford, and St. Pancras. Oh, I forgot to put the day headlights on. So one of my biggest regrets to this day about the Southeastern High Speed is the lack of Eurostar AI, which is a major shame because, like, we could have, like, because, yeah, the HS1 Railsea doesn't feel complete without it. Hopefully, also, the Southern Class 171 from Rivet Games' upcoming pack from East Coastway will layer on as AI at Ashford, because it does come here in real life. It would be nice if we could see it. Yeah. Let's just see if there are any safeties that I forgot to... TPWS is already on. Okay. Shut the doors. Let's go. Why have I got no power? There we go. Let's, yeah. What also annoys me about Southeastern High Speed is the little gap, is the little line between Faversham and Ashford is not present in game, which means we can't do the full loop services in the 395, which would be very fun to do. Like, go to St. Pancras, get off at Ebbsfleet, Chatham main line to Faversham, line, and then to Ashford, change power, and then back to St. Pancras. That would actually be a lot of fun to do. Like, do a full loop service. Alright. Alright. Cab signaling is online. Joining HS1. I find it pretty funny to this day, like, when the Channel Tunnel services started operating, the old Class 373 Eurostars actually had to be fitted with third rail electrification as well as overhead, so they could take the old line, the old classic lines up to Waterloo. Like, why wasn't HS1 built at the same time, opened at the same time as the Channel Tunnel? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I know they probably had good reasons for it, but it was still a pretty big blunder on their part. Ah, my mouse is... Come on, mouse. Down the hill we go. Whee! Set fan temperature warm, floor heat. Yeah, there we go. Clear up to our top speed of 225 kilometers an hour. It's been a bit since I did an HS1 run. Now, I think that was like one of the first runs I ever did in TSW, like Southeastern High Speed. Like TSW 3 Deluxe was like my first experience with TSW back in the day. And Southeastern High Speed itself is almost 5 years old because technically it wasn't new to TSW 3. It was just extended. We won't see any TGVs or ICE3s because I've turned both of those timetable layers off, both to improve performance and to like increase the realism, because they just would not be there in real life. Make sure that everything is working. Yeah. hopefully everyone had a wonderful New Year's and Christmas holiday, because I certainly did. Approaching our top speed of 225 kilometers an hour. Vigilance. We also have a depot whistle. Alright. Yeah, I'm a bit sad that the southeastern high-speed route is going to be rendered obsolete, because I remember a time when this was the one of the most cutting-edge routes in the game. But I am glad Medway Valley is going to be better, because I am really supportive of Firefly simulations. There are a bunch of ex-PC modders of TSW who have formed a team, and this is their first DLC for TSW, and I'm really hoping it goes well, because, yeah. Melbourne says, I don't think it would be rendered entirely obsolete. Medway isn't doing the whole SEHS. No, they're not doing the entire SEHS, but what they are doing is taking 13 miles of the old SEHS and updating it for Medway, while probably not porting those improvements back to the old southeastern high speed, which is a bit of a shame, but I can see why they wouldn't be doing that. Yeah. Medway Valley is going to be fun, though. Like, the potential for layers, Cargo Line Volume 2 services, Class 395 services, 700 services, shunting at Hood Junction and Tonbridge, 375 services along the line. It's going to be a lot of fun. Melbourne says you would still not be able to do HS1 services or runs to Faversham and Dartford. You are right, but yeah. It's just... what I'm trying to say is it's showing... Medway Valley is showing Southeastern High Speed's age. Like, and I wish the updates from that Medway is going to do to the Hood Junction to Rainham section of line would be ported back to the original SEHS. I think I'm making sense to myself, but yeah. For a high-speed route, this does have a lot of gradient changes. Whee! Yeah, I'm as I said, I'm really looking forward to Medway Valley. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. Like, the third-party scene in TSW these days is really just insane. Like, Dovetail really seems to have taken a back foot on route building and DLC making, and seems to be focusing on A, improving the core game, and B, helping the third parties integrate their products into the game. Melbourne says it would be pretty cool to have the updates ported back to SEHS. It would be pretty nice. But I don't see the devs playing well like that. Tough root ownership and layers are a bit of a mess. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Come on, slow down, bud. I think we're heading down the hill toward the Medway Valley Viaduct. Don't get me started on HS. I like High Speed 1, but don't get me started on HS2. Oh my goodness, that's just been one blunder after another. Melbourne says, if everything was just under the TSW umbrella, then all the devs could intermingle layers and stock more freely. Yeah, especially, that's why I don't like the strategy of yearly releases that Dovetail seems to be currently employing, because, yes, and I know people are leaping into the chat to say, why not? Why are you, there's the free starter pack, why should you be complaining? Well, for one thing, it breaks my mods, then also, I have to port my settings of my Dovetail Live account over, which is not the easiest thing to do in the world. Then yeah, like having a strategy of yearly releases is purely a marketing decision and not anything else. Like if the developers could just like not have yearly releases and just have like Train Sim Classic doesn't have yearly releases. Train Sim Classic just doesn't have yearly releases. They just have one base game and everything works for it. And yet I don't see the same happening for TSW simply because the developers want more money. I'm sorry if I went on a bit of a rant there, but it just drives me nuts. Melbourne says yearly releases notwithstanding, all the developers should just make content for a common pool. Yeah, that'd be nice, but that'd be nice if that could be the case, but I'm afraid that's just not the way the game works, and we're just gonna have to learn to put up with that. Like, yeah, I wish all of the improvements from Manchester Airport Commuter could have been ported backward to Glossop. That would have been nice, but that didn't happen. Mind you, I still like Glossop, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. I'm really looking for Medway Valley Viaduct. See if we see any trains on the Medway Valley line. So this is one of the areas that's going to get improved for TSW for Medway Valley. There's the line. No trains on it, sadly, but it is what it is. Yeah. I wish there were some things that, yeah. There's some DLC, very obvious things that could be done to make DLCs better, but yeah, just don't happen. One thing I am looking forward to is getting more countries in the game, like Liberec to Starapaka in Czechia by Vector Simulations and Lisbon to Setúbal in Portugal by Virtua via 360. Both look to be excellent routes, and I'm especially looking forward to the Fertigus Series 3500 unit from Lisbon Setúbal. Yeah. Melbourne says ATS is dumb for not letting the MAC improvements go to the Glossop 323. Yeah, I wish, like, there is a dynamic suspension patch that ports the dynamic suspension for the Class 323 from the Manchester Airport Commuter one to the Glossop and Birmingham Cross City ones, but that's never been. But obviously those are PC only and just don't get, and the console people can't access them. Which is why I try to use mods as little as possible. Melbourne says, especially Manchester Piccadilly, that station needs updates. Yeah, you're right. Manchester Piccadilly in Glossop is decent, but definitely needs updates. Manchester Piccadilly on Manchester Airport Commuter, oh my goodness. From what I've seen, it looks insane. Oh, hello. You're wanting me to slow down? Okie dokie. Nice, it gives you a bit of heads up before. Oh, there's another 395. Oh, put the reverser to neutral by mistake. Yeah. Oh, hello. I didn't know those wagons were there. One MFA and some FKA intermodals. Fascinating. Alright, seem to be ahead of the curve. 3 miles to Ebbsfleet. Yeah. I wish I could get Manchester Airport Commuter, but I have serious ethical reservations about Alan Thompson Sim as a team as a whole, because they seem to have some Alan Thompson himself seems to have a lot of serious problems. I refer you to Maverick Hunter Daniels' video on the ATS Class 745 Flirt for more information. But yeah. And yeah, I would love to see the ATS class. I'm honestly going too slow, I think. I would love to get the ATS class 90 if that turns out well, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to support a company that treats their employees in the way the employee was treated, in the way, like, yeah. Minimum break. Melbourne says, I don't play TS Classic, so I can only judge from what I've seen in TSW, and it's good, but not anywhere close to the amount of hype ATS built. Yeah, you're right. They do have ATS does have a serious problem of overhyping their content, like Dovetail does. I wish they wouldn't, but yeah. Manchester Airport Commuter turned out well, but yeah, not as well as people had hoped. And also cutting it off in Alderley Edge instead of going all the way to Crewe is, yeah, and not having more northern stock besides the 323 is what really lets the route down, in my opinion. The layers are what really makes it great from what I've seen. Melbourne says, for someone who talked a lot of crap about TSW and TSW developers, he hasn't done much better. Yeah, you're right. He said, didn't Alan Thompson say something along the lines of, I'll build something better than anyone's ever built TSW content before, or something ridiculous like that? Just a load of, just basically, I'd forgive me for the swearing, but shit talking other developers. He seems to have been put in his place pretty well, honestly. Alright, slowing down for Ebbsfleet International. We might be a tad late, but it doesn't matter. Melbourne says he did indeed say something like that. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. But also another thing that ATS did was, like, yeah, I know this is something from TS Classic, but they massively overcharged for their Class 745 and 755 packs. For one new train for a couple of routes, they charged something like £40 for it, and the quality was there, but it wasn't that decent. Oh crumbs, that's me overshooting my stop marker. Yeah, like £40 for one new EMU, like, no matter how good it is absurd amount of money. No. No, I keep hitting wrong buttons. There we go. There we go. Yeah. What I am interested in is that the Turkish developer of And Games are collaborating with Alan Thompson on the Class 90, which they have done for TS Classic, but having, which means that Ant Games could do a remake of their Taurus Mountains route for TSW, which is arguably one of the best routes in TS Classic. I've driven that quite a bit and I absolutely adore it. Come on. Right, next stop Stratford International in 16 miles. Having a Turkish route in TSW would be a lot of fun. Wonder if there are any trains heading over. Oh. Rainham to Luton. Oh, Thameslink 700 just went by. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to 2026 because finally getting Tadami in the game at Japan, like, oh, that'll be so much fun. Especially with the real life footage I got a couple of days back. That'd be so much fun. Oh, crumbs. That's an 81 limit. Ah! Slow down. Oh, we're so over. Oh, wait, what? Okay, okay, that must be a bug with the track monitor. Right, speed. Into the tunnel under the Thames. Yeah, it'll be tunnel running for most of the rest of this run. Alright, 225. Let's go. Yeah. Just Trains look as though they have a good roster of content lined up. TSG as well with the Expert 145 and Nekatalban. It's going to be a good year for TSW content, I think. Excuse me. Turn you off. $14 miles to go. Oh, I'm losing speed. That's my brake. Yeah, that's my brake. There's the Queen Elizabeth Bridge over the Thames off to the left there. Oh, hello! 66 with cement wagons. I didn't even know there were some rail tracks down there. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. You learn something new every day, I suppose. Let's start getting up to speed. There was actually a sale on Steam a few months back where you could get Southeastern High Speed for 90% off, which I consider to be an absolute bargain. If you could pick up, if you haven't got Southeastern High Speed yet, I can highly recommend picking it up, especially if you're going to get Medway Valley, because a lot of stuff from SEHS is going to layer onto Medway Valley. Come on, up the hill, buddy. $11 miles to go. Hopefully we'll get up to some semblance of speed. How's performance doing this long into a run? 40-ish FPS? That's not bad. Oh! It was the Pride one. It was the Railbow Class 395. I forgot that was a livery. I like that. You don't see that too often. Ooh, okay. Let's cut the power. Easy does it. Try and keep velocity here. Through this little yard here, there's a... Oh, hello, Class 08, EWS 66. Let's have a bit of a look around, why don't we? We've got a Gronk 66, some German car carriers of all things, and some FKA container wagons. Nice. '66. There's another one, weathered EWS, nice. Alright, cut the power since we are going into the tunnels now, under central London. And into the tunnels we go. And now we are in these tunnels basically all the way to Stratford and to St. Pancras, so it's going to be pretty boring, I'm afraid. Yeah, we're basically spending the next 6 miles in a tunnel. I do want to take a look at that poll, but I can't look at it until I'm finished with the service, because I want to know what you guys have voted for next. Should I do more TSW streams? Because right now I have a roster of TSW videos lined up. Like I do TSW videos 4 days a week, and then ETS2 stream on Sunday and Microsoft Flight Sim 24 stream on Saturday. But do you think I should stream TSW more? Because, yeah, this is a bonus stream. I just want to see what the community thinks. Oh, hello. Let's get the brakes on. On to the brakes, bud. It's nice having in-cab signaling to control. Yeah, we do have a 100km/h limit coming into Stratford. I think we also have Stratford Domestic on Mildmay line by Incredible Trains. I'm actually... I will probably pick up Mildmay when the Richmond extension gets released. But yeah, it hasn't gone on enough of a discount yet to be worth it for me. It's the only layer I'm missing for the Great Western Express remastered timetable, but I don't think it will be too big of a omission. Right, let's put it to 100. 1.8 miles to go. See if it levels out at 100. Actually, I want to... Hang on, I want to pause and go have a look at something. Because if I go have a look at Mildmay, how much is it on sale for at the moment? Mildmay... 2,700 Japanese yen. Ah... No bug fixes since release. I don't think it's worth it. Even if I need it for a layer, I still don't think it's worth it. Oh my goodness, what did the camera just do? Oh, come on, easy. Yeah, live weather is still doing its thing, but yeah, we can't, obviously we're in a tunnel, so alright, we're at 100 until we get into Stratford International. Alright. Welcome back to the daylight. Onto the brakes. Actually, I've just made my mind up on something. Viewers, I need your opinion. Should I close TSW, get Mildmay, come back, and then we can just play that? Viewers, I do need your opinion on this, because yeah, I do need it for a layer, and also I've heard it's pretty decent too, and it'd be good for layers as well. Please do let me know, viewers. Would you like to see me do that, or do you think that's a bad idea? Alright, let's get the power brakes on. Ooh, almost nailed the stop and was exactly 30 seconds early. I will say yes to that. See if, one nice thing about SEHS is you can actually see VP 185 East Midlands Trains HST at St Pancras at these platforms, which is actually a really nice touch. Oh. There's the 66 with... Melbourne says, I mean, it's up to you, Mav. I don't offer value judgments anymore. Bitten too many times. Yeah. Yeah. Good for you, Melbourne. Like, that's probably a good idea. Whether something is good value for someone is, yeah, completely objective, of course. Yeah. Got 30 seconds till we depart. I'll ruminate over it until we get to St Pancras. Still got decently clear weather. It's 3 degrees Celsius though. Ouch. Alright, shut the doors. Right, speed and power. Yeah. 5 miles to our last stop of St Pancras. I've actually been through King's Cross in real life. Bit of a shame we don't have that in the game. I would love to see that, and I would love to see that in the game. Having King's Cross. King's Cross to Peterborough should have been the East Coast Main Line route instead of Peterborough to Doncaster, but there we go. And into another tunnel. Melbourne says, I hope we get an East Coast Main Line stretch for core in TSW7. I mean, it would take Edinburgh to Newcastle, but Kings to Peterborough would be nice too. Yeah, like, Edinburgh to Newcastle, that would mean it would be able to hook up with ScotRail Express and Fife Circle Line, and then Newcastle, maybe we could even get like a tiny weird metro route that could hook on to the Edinburgh to Newcastle route. That'd be awesome. Melbourne says, Lumo, Thameslink, we could get an 800 or an 803 or maybe an FLU 700. Well, I mean, we already do have an FLU 700, but it's only part of the Brighton mainline timetable. modded timetable. So yeah, like an FLU 700 and potential for AC running would be awesome. And then also something like a Great Northern Class 717 with an adapted 700 model would be cool as well. And also we could have a Great Northern Class 387 if we did some Dovetail did some adaptations to the Class 387 model we already have as well. That'd be awesome. Especially since I've gone on the Peter King's Cross to York section in real life in a Grand Central Class 180, no less. Having Grand Central stock would be fun, like a Class 220 or even better, a Class 180. I've ridden on a Class 180, and we only have a pretty mediocre Class 180 for TS Classic. So having a better Class 180 for TSW would be fun. Melbourne says, I still think we need a Class 158 pack. Northern and GWR 158s could layer a bunch. Yeah, you're right. Like, Northern it could layer onto Manchester Airport Commuter and Glossop. GWR could layer onto Great Western Express Remaster and Riviera. That would be a lot of fun. Melbourne says, even a Class 222 for Midland Mainline would be nice. It could fit with the EMT and sub for some HST services. And of course, AI at St. Pancras. Yeah, that'd be... yeah, and also an EMT Class 156 and along with the 220 for MML. Because those are the two main methods of rolling stock that were missing for the time period. A 222, you could adapt the Class 220 model that we already have, but a 156 would have to be built from scratch, of course. Oh, hello. AWS just went off. Melbourne says a Northern and EMT Class 156 would also go quite well. That'd be fun for me because I've actually ridden on a Northern 356 in real life. That'd be a lot of fun to be able to ride on a Northern, to be able to drive a Northern 156 in game, especially on. That might actually tempt me to pick up at Manchester Airport Commuter if we got a Northern 156. Alright, let's start braking. We're back in the daylight, and there's a trusty shed with BBA steel wagons. Nice. Alright. Let's see, what speed? Yeah. Oh, hello, that's a red signal. Gotta be careful. How's performance doing this long into a run? 30 FPS? That's not too bad for this long into a run. Alright, where's this the signal? Where is it? Where are you, bud? Alright. Appears we have to wait for a bit before we're allowed into St. Pancras. Where's the DRA in this thing? Page down button doesn't work. Do we even have a DRA? No, there it is. Bam. Oh, and there's our green signal anyway. Reset DRA. Do have a 40 km/h limit coming into force. There's some wagons from Tees Valley. Melbourne says there are quite a few trains that could be refreshed into a fairly cost-effective DLC. I wish I'd do them. Yeah, well, I think the reason we haven't gotten a GWR Northern 158 yet is because that model is made by Skyhook Games, and Skyhook Games aren't in a position to really make any DLC right now. They've only got one TSW DLC maker left. They apparently lost a lawsuit. They apparently won a lawsuit, but it broke them financially. Poor guy. But yeah. Yeah. And the only guy left is Adam, and the only Skyhook DLC that we know of is the Into Seven City HST for Fife Circle and ScotRail Express, which I am looking forward to. That should be a good DLC. We are arriving on time into St. Pancras. St. Pancreas. I know it's St. Pancras, but I'm just winding you guys up. Alright. Melbourne says this is the perfect DLC for Skyhook. Adam did a great job with the Class 20. Yeah, I must admit, like, despite the problems Cargo Line Volume 5 has, like lack of services, the DRS Class 20 is an absolutely excellent piece of DLC. Melbourne says, and it's compared to other DLC and lesser amount of overall work. Yeah, precisely. Alright. You know what's next. I think I've made up my mind, so I was going to close TSWN for a minute to just do some quick modifications to see if I could improve performance a bit. But gold medal, lovely. Shut off the... well, keep the music going for a minute. Yeah. I have to close TSW for a bit. I will be back in one moment. Alright. Oh, really? Come on. There we go. Now, yeah, that's what the live... I'll transfer you to the live weather app for a minute. Actually, no, because I'm closing that as well. Hang on. Let's... shut you off for now. Keep the music going for now. Alright. Alright. And I do have to do something else while I'm here. Alright, let's just see. And delete you as well. Alright. Right, just give me, Melbourne says Shap does win, Melbourne says, I think Cargo Line Volume 5 is an interesting one. West Coast Main Line South has, well, technically 4 services, but they're all 60 minutes. Shap has more services, but a lot of them are very short ones, with only one service being a full run of the line. Yeah, but at least that's better than Cargo Line Volume 4, because Cargo Line Volume 4, all of the Shap runs are 2 hours, because they're full runs of the line. Melbourne says Shap does win by about 30-ish minutes. And I assume that's in terms of playtime. Right. Right. You'll just have to give me a... just give me a minute until I can relaunch TSW. Oh, and I do have something else to do while I'm there. Alright, right. Relaunching TSW now. Melbourne says, Cargo Line is my baby, much like the JT stuff is yours. Sorry if I'm a touch defensive. No worries, mate. I love the Cargo Line stuff too, but I don't really play them that much. Like, Cargo Line Volume 5 is my personal favorite, simply because I like the nuclear wagons, and I think it's a cool concept. But I've got all the other cargo lines. I've got volumes 1, and 2, and 3 that I mainly use for AI. Volumes 4 and 5 I drive. But yeah, volumes 1, 2, and 3, I'm not disparaging them by any means. They're great packs. Especially, I do really like the multicolored VTG tankers from Volume 1. I really do like them. And plus, all the services that then show up on Midland Main Line and Great Western Express. It's very good. Oh, I should probably put it back on screen now. Bam, there we go. It's now reloading. Oh, I need to do a relaunch. I forgot to turn off a specific setting. My apologies. Right. Actually need to close this. I'll need to relaunch this in a minute. Need to do a relaunch. Do apologize, viewers, but it is what it is. So if I go here, so where is that? There it is. Alright. Now I need to relaunch it again. So it should be a minute. Yeah. I don't blame you for being a defensive Melbourne. Like, yeah, the Cargo Line products, I was initially quite disparaging of them when they originally came out. I remember when Cargo Line Volume 1 came out, I even made a video with the Class 66 and the Blackpool Branches TEA tankers on GWE, showing and my point was you don't really need this pack, but honestly, like, I've come around to them. I really do like them now, and I don't blame you for being defensive, don't you worry. Oh, I should probably end that poll, shouldn't I? That poll's useless now. I'll explain later. Hang on. Nope. No. Yeah, I know West Coast Mainline South won the poll, but I've got something else in mind now. I do apologize. I know this is supposed to be like a viewer's choice stream, but I do have something cool to show you. Alright, here we go. Right. If you have a look at the trains... Wow, look at that! The Class 378 has appeared out of nowhere! How did that even happen? I'm stunned. Melbourne says it's all good. I think it's honestly more just because for whatever reason JT being involved in the topic, I'll never forget my PS4 experiences. Well, unfortunately that wasn't Just Trains' fault. I think someone asked, I remember watching a Just Trains stream, and Thomas Harrison of JT was asked about that exact issue, and Tom said, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about it. It's something in the core of the game. Can't do anything about it. Sorry, basically. So it looks as though it also layers onto all the timetables on West Coast Mainline South. That's nice. And it also layers onto Mildmay. Obviously. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lagged a bit there. So it looks as though it takes 40 minutes to complete a full run of the line. And it looks as though... Wow, and then there's some 2-minute services from Canterbury to Highbury and Islington for the Crystal Palace branch. Do you want... viewers, do you want me to do Stratford to Clapham Junction or Clapham Junction to Stratford? I'll do whichever run is like more interesting. Richmond to Stratford, Stratford to Clapham Junction. Stratford to Clapham. Yeah, I think I'll actually start at Stratford. So, I should probably... I'll turn off the live... I have the live weather mod already deactivated. Hang on. I need to relaunch this because I forgot I didn't have the live weather mod on. I do apologize, viewers. Oh, that's a nice screenshot. Riviera line with the Class 150. That's pretty decent. Alright, hang on. Yeah. Have to reload that because, yeah, we need to set the weather up properly since we aren't going to be using the live weather mod for this run. I've actually also deactivated all of my mods. I actually need to check on something before I forget. So, is it the G... No, it was Leipzig Dresden. So, the G6 has a bunch of the layers removed when you have Leipzig Dresden installed. That's so weird. Okay, so... Oh, class 710 surfaces. Oh, but they seem to be mainly... Oh, they're all ECS moves. Fair enough. And then there's some... Wow. Okay, quite a few class 66 surfaces. Nice. Melbourne says, to be fair, that is true, but some of the issues are still there on PS5, and that's less so my hardware's fault. JT will always be a weird one. Thank goodness Shap is a solid route. Yeah, you're right. Class 378... Oh, wait a minute. So it's only the 5 car? Oh, so the 5 car only layers onto Mild Bay and West Coast Mainline South, and then the 4 car is only on West Coast Mainline South. Weird. Come on. It's lagging. Hang on. There we go. For some reason, when I came onto the screen, it lagged. Clapham Junction. Stratford to Clapham Junction. I'll do you. Let's go 1st of June. Light clouds. Let's see. Let's wait for this to load. Alright. Literally loading the class 378 for the first time. Appears to be slightly laggy. Let's have a bit of a look round. Let's get the doors open. It's a capital star, so it should be pretty easy to drive. Oh, my reverse is a reverse. Oops. Let's unlock the doors. Get all the safeties on, and... Wait a minute, is TPWS not operational? Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, TPWS is around the opposite way to what I was expecting. So let's have a look. Headlights today running. Ooh, class 378, first impressions. Looks pretty dang decent. Hello, Toppy256, how are you doing? Horn is definitely recycled. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got a 72 stock. And, oh, hello! That is a Class 345 Aventra. That is... I've ridden on those in real life, and it sounds pretty similar. It is, of course, an adapted model from the Class 710 Aventra. Oh, and I forgot, look! Appropriate London buses! Nice! That's so cool. And hello, Samantha's Trains. Toppy says, I played Train Sim World 3 and Train Sim Classic. Well, it's moved on a bit since TSW3. We're now on TSW6. It's been a bit... Yeah. I might do this run. I'll see if I like it. If I don't, thank goodness Steam has like a hard 2-hour play time limit. So, if under 2 hours, I could basically refund it. If I play it for under 2 hours. You're literally watching my first impressions of the Mile Main Line by Incredible Trains. There's another Class 345 Aventra. First impressions, performance is not too good. 22 FPS from the get-go? Holy! Oh, Docklands Light Rail Train over there. And that's a completely custom AI unit. Right. Yeah. If I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll just wait until the Richmond extension comes out and it goes on a sale. You're literally watching my first impressions of the route in its current state. How's performance doing now? Still only about 30 frames. That's not particularly decent, I must say. Oh. I forgot. Oh my goodness, the dynamic suspension. What on earth? Why is it jiggling so much? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. I can't. Oh my gosh. It's it just can't sit still. Surely the capital stars don't wiggle about this much in real life. Hackney Wick in 0.6 miles, by the way. There's another... Ooh. Another Docklands Light Rail train. That's pretty cool. Wait! Hear that? Wait a minute. I swear I just heard rail ping. Is that a... Hang on. Melbourne says the 378 still needs some work, the gangways are still borked, and the route is still quite laggy at Stratford to Willesden. Trust me, look at my frame rate, 23 frames a second. That's ridiculous. At least I can get to try this before I refund it. 378 looks nice. I must say, like, the modeling and the exterior looks pretty dang decent. For a solo developer, the scenery does look quite nice. Melbourne does indeed have rail singing. Nice! That's a rare feature, I must say. Right, slow down for that 25 limit. Yeah. Okay. First impressions are not particularly good. Because, well... Alright. The performance is pretty atrocious on... Yeah, Medway Valley will also have rail singing, and the Great Western Express remaster will also have rail singing. So let's have a look at the interior. Okay, I'm going to stay here for a bit longer than necessary, because I want to find out if the gangways on my end are borked, because I know for certain Melbourne has this route, and the gangways on that are borked. Let's have a look at the performance. 24 frames a second, that is... Okay, so... Gangway. What? I can confirm, borked gangways are a thing. Melbourne says you can disable a few layers and performance improves a good deal, but you need to disable almost all of them. But the trouble is, I want to see all those layers. I should have a machine that's capable of running all of those layers. So, yeah, borked gangway. Let's have a look at the next one. Holy moly! What the heck? Toppy says looks different from the Class 379 from TS Classic. I assume that's a relative of this one. Or, yeah. I assume you're referring to the old Dovetail model. Yeah, there is also an Armstrong Powerhouse Class 378. Okay, there's some... Oh my gosh, that looks horrid! How's that... Wait, I can walk... no way. Okay, that is really the icing on the cake. What the heck? I could walk through the gangway. Okay, that... Okay, I think I've seen enough. Sorry, Melbourne says, there you go. Toppy says, Class 378 from Temu. Yeah, 100%. It's a shame because other parts of it look decently well modeled. Look at the weathering down there. Right. Viewers, I think you know what needs to happen. Steam refund request incoming. I think I've seen enough. I'm sorry, Johannes, but I don't think it's even worth, it's not even worth completing the service. It's just, the quality is just not there. That I hate to do. Melvin says, I love the Johannes, but sorry, it's not the best. Sorry, Mav, but this is why I don't recommend stuff. I like the route, but you see now. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, so I just need to go. I'm going to be a minute while I submit a refund request here. So Steam support. Yeah, that's such a shame. It's a route that I want to like, but... Oh, it's such a shame. You know what I mean? Is there a way that I can... I always forget how to refund stuff on Steam. There it is. You. I would like a refund. I'd like to request a refund. So what? Toppy says, by the way, remember me? Yes, I do remember you, Toppy. You turned up in the Euro Truck Sim stream last week, if I remember. Melvin says he's going for coffee. Yeah, no worries, mate. Hopefully you're back in a minute. No. Yeah. Oh, Toppy says, and Happy New Year. Yeah, you too. Right. Refund request submitted. Let's, should go uninstall that. I'm glad I checked it out before committing to buy it, because, yeah, that is one nice thing about Steam. You can get stuff and then refund it. Oh, come on. Yeah. Alright, refund request received. Thank you, Steam. Right. Yeah, I'm just going to ask, I'm not going to put up a poll. Does anyone want to see anything specific from TSW? Something German, maybe American, British, like whatever the first chat is put in, like whoever puts in the first chat, like with a suggestion, I'll do that. Such a shame. I wish I could have kept it, but yeah, like did what I did. Oh, such a shame. Like why? It's just it's frustrating. Like it's something I want to like, it's something I want to get, but if the quality's not there, it's just not there. And yeah. I could honestly spend a little bit less and buy Euro Truck Sim map DLC for full price. I'm sure that's what... yeah. I'm sure that'd be much better value for money. Such a shame. Such a shame! Yeah. Actually, I'll put a poll in. I think I'll put a poll in. Let's do something German next. So, right. Alright, make sure to vote the poll, if you don't mind. So, let's have a look. Yep, please do vote the poll, viewers, because, yeah, that's what we're doing next. Oh, Dresden, someone just voted Dresden Leipzig. Oh, I should probably... There we go. Sorry, I forgot to do that earlier. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I want to leave it a minute to make sure everyone can get their vote in. Right, come on. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I just realized I don't have the time, so that Dresden-Leipzig will have to do. This will be the second to last service. Right, Dresden-Leipzig. Tell 2. Let's see. Grossenhain Kopusser-Bahnhof to Dresden Hauptbahnhof. Oh, that's via the Dresden-Friedrichstadt branch, I think? Toppy says, I've been to Leipzig and ETS2 and Train Sim Classic. Yeah. Hang on. Let's see if there are any other services I can do. 24 minutes, Dresden Hauptbahnhof to Kosvig. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's also get the live weather app back on. Yeah. Leipzig. I've actually done Dresden to Leipzig in TSW and in Euro Truck Simulator as well. Yeah. I can highly recommend Semmeringbahn for 90% off. That's... I actually got that route full price when it released, so... Yeah, 90% off. Pretty much a steal. And it has all the rolling stock you need. It's a pretty good package. Come on, load, buddy. There we go. Dresden Hauptbahnhof to Kosvig. Oh, it's actually early morning. I didn't even realize that. Master key on. Unlock the doors. Reverse forward. Release the indirect brake. I believe we also have announcements since this is one of the new routes. Alright. Change the contrast on all the screens. Let's also get the reading light on, train light on, dimmed beam. Since it is still nighttime a bit. Toppy says, I'm getting ATS for my birthday and 3 ETS2 DLCs. Nice! My brother has actually been having a blast on American Truck Sim. He got Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming and Idaho, and he's been having a ton of fun driving around. Also, yeah, what ETS2 DLCs you're getting? Nordic Horizons, I hope. Nordic Horizons is excellent. That's my favorite Euro Truck Sim DLC, Nordic Horizons. Alright, we're just about to depart. Zoom the map out, so we'll be heading along here, down this branch, up, and then up here, I think. Yeah, and then the route, yeah. This is a pretty large and comprehensive route. You get the Kosvig branch, fast line, slow line, Grossenhain branch, Roederau branch, and also the extension to Leipzig. Toppy says, the cargo bundle. What is included in the cargo bundle? Just out of curiosity. Here we go. Talent 2. Alright, let's get the tempomat on. Put it to 60. Oh, stop stuttering, thank you. Ooh, there's a 101, I think, over there? Oh! Knew I'd forgotten something. Oh! Hang on. I forgot to enable CIFA and PZB, so it applied the emergency brake. That's a restart. Dang it. That's annoying. Let's just make sure live weather is running. Yes, it is. Alright. No, I don't need it. No. On, thank you. Unlock the doors. Safety's on before I forget. Lol. Dimmed beam, reading lights, train lights. Toppy says I've done this route in Train Sim Classic. It's one of my faves. Was that the old Nafwerker Dresden to Riesa route? Yeah, in Train Sim Classic, because I think I actually have that. I think that's one of the few TS Classic routes I actually do have. I have the Turkish route, the Japanese stuff, Glasgow subway, a few others that were like included with the base route. Let's have a look at the Talent 2 actually isn't that new to TSW. Actually was the original train, the original German train in the game, with the Leipzig S-Bahn route back in the day. Right, let's wait until we need to go. Oh, I should zoom the map out. I do love all the variety of stuff on this route. Like, it is, like, despite the not being a particularly decent route, it does, yeah. Alright, let's go. Come on. Piece of B. Next up, Dresden Friedrichstadt in 2.5 kilometers. Forgot I... Ooh, announcements. Hopefully you can hear those. I haven't driven the Talent 2 in ages. It's a likable unit, but yeah, I haven't driven it in a while. Hopefully I don't have to acknowledge this signal. There's Friedrichstadt coming up. Oh, hello. Freight train. With a 143, I think, at the head. Performance is decent. Bit of stuttering, but that's to be expected with TSW. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm good. Yeah, I've actually never been along this branch line before. I've had Dresden Leipzig for a bit, but I haven't really played it. We have a 80 limit coming into force just before Dresden Friedrichstadt. This is the second to last service that I'll be doing for today. Ooh, Railpool Vectron right there. Nice. Don't see those every day. Come on. Don't stutter, mate. Come on. Wow, this is actually a big yard here with almost no rolling stock in it. Wow. No rolling stock in the yard whatsoever, basically. You'd expect a yard like this to be a lot busier. 300 meters to Dresden Friedrichstadt. $200 to go. At least the modeling is decent. Oh, I'm overshooting. Max brake. Okay, so I don't have stop markers enabled anymore, and I still haven't gotten used to it. Yeah, that was a big ol' overshoot, but yes, I know that. Go away. Yeah, not a lot of stock in the yard. Like, look at all those empty tracks. Why? Ugh. That's annoying. Next stop, Dresden Kotta, platform 1 in 2 kilometers. Get tempo mat on, because that is quite handy for keeping the speed in this thing.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug RB 31 nach Coswig bei Dresden. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden, Kotta, Ausstieg.
Ooh, there's a Deutsche Bahn Vectron from Kinzigtalbahn. Ooh, 3 of them. Nice. Alright, we're coming out of the yard, and we've got a bit to go until we get there. Until we get to our destination. Where's that line come from? Oh, it's part of the yard that it goes off the map. Okay, fair enough. 700 meters, let's cut the power. Yeah. I'd hide if you're thinking of getting TSW6 Toppy, you missed the free starter pack, but if you do get a version of this of the game like standard or deluxe edition, get them on a sale because they're not worth it full price. Dresden Kotta. Having this branch is very nice, I must say. Oh, that's another overshoot from yours truly. Stop! Thank you. There we go. 1 minute at Dresden Kotta, and then we're off. So, how many stations have we got left? Dresden, Chemnitz, Dresden. What in the world? Oh my gosh, you should hear me. Like, that is, I can't pronounce that one. Kossabaude, Niederwartha, Radebull, Naundorf, and Coswig. So we do have quite a few more stops left until we leave, until we finish with this one. And then we have one more service after this, which, oh, I should get the, I forgot, I need to get the dang pole up and running again. Hang on, just please hold a moment. Right. Right, pole should be up and running. There you go. Pole is running. Let's go. Let's go. 100 kilometer an hour limit in effect. 1.4 kilometers to Dresden Chemnitz. This is a nicely modeled stretch of line. The old Nafwerker Dresden route was one of my favorites for TSW before this replaced it, but this is, while not exactly a worthy replacement, it's still decent quality. Though I admit the Riesa to Leipzig and Kostwig branch extensions are much welcome. 50% brake. Okay, roads don't look... those roads could definitely be better. There we go. Dresden Chemnitz. Yeah. Having announcements on this route is nice, I must say. But I don't think I'll really play this route until the Expert BR145 comes out, because that one I'm really looking forward to. That'll be by TSG, which means it'll be properly study level. And that's for this route as well. Next stop, Dresden, whatever that word is, in 1.5 kilometers.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug RB 31 nach Kostwig und Dresden. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Dresden-Stetsch, Ausstieg und Fahrtrichtung rechts.
900 meters. I barely have time to activate the tempo map before I have to slow down.
Nächste Station, Dresden-Stetsch, Ausstieg und Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Also, just as a reminder, I do have another stream tomorrow morning where I'll be flying the Edebuild A300 of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 from Milwaukee to... what is it? Milwaukee to St. Louis. So make sure to... yeah. Make sure to join up for that if you're planning on it. Must admit, the scenery on this section of the line is decent. A lot of the scenery on this route is recycled from the older Nafwerker Dresden route. It doesn't look as good. Like, you can definitely tell it's an older style scenery. Alright, we have 1 more minute. Yeah, we're about halfway along the branch, and then we'll be heading up here to this station. What do you chaps do? Oh, you're climate control. Instrument light dimmer. Okay. Oh, oops. Ready to depart? Wonder if Melbourne train guy's back yet. Let us depart. Next stop, Coeswalde in 1.4 kilometers.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug RB31 nach Coswig von Dresden. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Coeswalde, Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Oh. No point even putting on the tempomat. Getting pretty close. Let's get 30% brakes.
Nächste Station, Coeswalde, Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Right. This will be my second to last service, viewers. The poll you can vote in right now is the last one that you'll be able to. It's for the last service of the day. Wonder if we've got any, if there are going to be any other trains along this line. Bit of an early stop, but it is what it is. Right on time, like to the second. Nice. Oh, I need to check something. I do apologize. I'll be back. Let's have a look at the poll. Alright. Niederwarth, Radebeul, Naundorf, and Coswig. So 3 stops to go. Two kilometers to Niederwarth.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug RB31 nach Coswig von Dresden. Wir wünschen Ihnen
Honestly, turn off the reading light.
nächste Station, Niederlande, Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Alright, approaching our top speed. I can sound both horns at the same. Nice. Oh wow, what's this? Is this like a dam or something? That's cool. Right, let's cut the power and begin putting on the brakes.
Nächste Station, Niederlande, Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Oh no, it's just a building of some kind. Fascinating. Ooh, that's a cool bridge off there. Flashing yellow. Does that mean I have to acknowledge it? Yes. .45 km/h limit in effect thanks to the PZB. Let's have a look at that bridge. Ah. Ooh, nice. That's cool. And we've got one station and we peel off onto this line. Shutting the doors. Let's put it to temperament 40. Next up, Radibor Naundorf. Look at that bridge. That's actually so cool. Decent scenery around. But not the best scenery, but still decent. Stuck at the speed until we get to Radibor. Oof. Used to try and get all the speed pretty nicely. Still says we're restricted to 45. Feels like we should be going faster than that, but it is what it is. We are in the clear.
Nächste Station, Radibor Naundorf. Ausstieg und Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Is that a train approaching? Looks like a 143. Nice. Yeah, it's a 143, I think, with Dostos. Where are you going, Sunshine? Are you a 143? Yeah, you're a 143, alright. Slightly late, but it is what it is. Ten seconds late. Alright, just one more stop at Kostvig. It's not too far away either. Oh, there's a big old freight train. Duisburg, Ruhrpott Hafen to Loviska, I think it is. That's a big freight train waiting to come onto this line. Speed and power. Let's get the temperament up to speed.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug RB 31 nach Kostvig von Dresden. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Kostvig bei Dresden. Ausstieg und Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Alright. It's a 185. Looks like the car carriers. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it's a 185 with DB Schenker car wagons. Empty car wagons, I might add. Both of those trains have been in the game for years. Like the 185 and the car wagons have been around since what? Rursig Nord? Mainz-Bessach-Bahn? Something like that. A long time ago. Right. 1.4 kilometers to go. Having to do the Kostvig branch to do is very nice. Makes a change for being on the main line all the time. Alright, we've got one more service after the... actually... I don't know if I want to do another service after this. Probably should.
Nächste Station, Postweg Neukölln.
Alright, let's cut the power and begin braking down to 45 kilometers an hour, because that's what I have the feeling we're going to have to be forced to get down to once we get past this signal. So get ready to acknowledge the P's of B. Oh, hello. Look what that is on the left. It's a BR294. That's the deluxe edition loco for this route. I actually do like it. It's quite a good locomotive. It's tough to drive. Ooh, we gotta slow down. 500 hertz magnet means we have to get under 20 kilometers an hour ASAP. We are slightly late into Kostvig, but Deutsche Bahn are usually late, so it doesn't really matter. Right, maximum brakes. Right, let's just wait for all the passengers to disembark. Okay, I just got the email confirmation from Steam. The Mild May line has been refunded. Ah, that's such a shame. I would really... It's not a shame about the refund, but thank goodness for that, but... it's just... It's such a shame. I really wanted to like Mild May, and yet just has way too many issues for me to... Alright. Yeah. Let's have a look at the results of that poll I did. Alright. Let's have a look at the poll results. Poll. Castle Würzburg. And poll is the winner. Castle Würzburg in the Expert 101. Right, Expert timetable, Expert 101. Let's do the MFD version. I haven't done that one in a bit. Fulda to Kassel. Alright. Frankfurt Main Flughafen to Berlin Ostbahnhof ICE 11. Oh, ICE? Oh, weird. Right, live weather should work properly. Alright, Castle Würzburg. So, train length 204 meters, VMAX 200. So, right. We need to reverse open the doors. Let's get faults off. Because, yeah. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. Let's go. U 9 18 2020. Fire off the data to the computer. And then we gotta acknowledge that. And there we go. Let's get AFB on. Oh, I haven't unlocked the brakes yet, have I? Hang on. There's AFB, switch, AFB. Since we're in an LZ Visa, we can just crank that to maximum. Oh, and we should have windshield heating on, because otherwise the window will frost up. This is the only train in the game which actually does that. Cab light, headlights. Let's get the headlights on. Train lights on. And train electrical supply on. There we go. Everything's ready and we are clear to depart. I love how the windows can fog. And this is with live weather in the way, so so we are in the snow. Zoom the map out. Only one stop today at Kassa Wilhelmshöhe. And this is the last service of the day, so I won't ask you chaps in the chat for any more suggestions. Alright, 1 minute till departure. Let's have a look. So, let's have a look at that ICE train. Oh, you're heading to a portal. Oh. Let's see where you're going. There goes the Kinzigtaubahn. Shut the doors. We also have the virtual conductor on, so chooses which doors are open. So that should show up as a green circle on this little bit of the HUD here. Anyway, let's get going. Oh, there's a MRC 185 passing through with Habens wagons. Next and final stop, Kassa Wilhelmshöhe. Bring the power down since we are going to wheel slip otherwise. Having the windshield frost up in cold weather is actually such a cool touch. This is actually the original German route I got for TSW, since it was part of the TSW 3 Deluxe core package. Increase you. Since we have LZB, that'll manage the speed for us. Green signal onto the high-speed line. Alright, 200 kilometers an hour limit is in effect, which is our legal maximum that we're allowed to obtain. There we go. Sorry, I just had to pause there. Here we go. Speed and power. Got half an hour exactly to get to Kassel. Should be easily done. It's way too bright. There we go. Oh nice, we've got an Intercity Sturwagen cab car on the other end. Approaching our top speed. Oh no. Hang on. Hang on. Viewers, I'm really sorry, but I've got something urgent just came up. I am going to have to go now. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I do apologize for the rather abrupt end to the stream, but I don't have a choice. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.